I'm Rob Lusher, still a Prairie Arts brother, coming to you from Phoenix to introduce another writer in our Poetry for the Unprecedented series. Rick Marlatt hails from Kearney, but he's also migrated to the Southwest. He's currently an assistant professor of English language arts and literacy at New Mexico State University, where he holds various administrative positions in language arts and teacher preparation. He has been recognized as the College of Education's Emerging Scholar and was nominated last year for a teaching award. After receiving his BA and MA in English from UNK, Rick earned his MFA from UC Riverside and his PhD from UNL. He's the author of 3 poetry collections: November Father from Finishing Line Press, Desired Altitude, winner of the Standing Rock Cultural Arts Poetry Award, and How We Fall Apart, winner of the Seven Circle Press Poetry Award. He regularly publishes works of literacy research and literary criticism, and he also has earned film credits for screenwriting and art direction. His scholarship seeks to connect digital pedagogy, creative writing, video games, and teacher education with the goal of enhancing literacy study and the development of literacy identity. His engaging poems inventively bring to light the joy, beauty, and significance inherent in everyday experience. Thanks to Rick for contributing to the series. I'm glad to be the one to welcome him back.
Hello, everyone. Rick Marlatt here. I want to thank the Poetry Art Brothers for keeping the fire burning. It's no surprise to know that the word is alive and well back home. And I'm really excited to connect with you all. Even if we are just all talking heads on screens these days, I think this is a terrific idea and a great way to stay connected, and I'm certainly delighted to have been asked to contribute. So this notion of distance is all around us these days, and I've always kind of been interested in that idea of distance, particularly Hello, everyone. Rick Marlatt here. I want to thank the Poetry Art Brothers for keeping the fire burning. It's no surprise to know that the word is alive and well back home. And I'm really excited to connect with you all. Even if we are just all talking heads on screens these days, I think this is a terrific idea and a great way to stay connected, and I'm certainly delighted to have been asked to contribute. So this notion of distance is all around us these days, and I've always kind of been interested in that idea of distance, particularly thinking about how distance lives within us, through us, and around us, yet we're able to live and interact and thrive within it as well. So I'd like to read a couple of poems, I guess, that explore that concept of distance that seems to be all around us, and maybe in some ways they try to, if not conquer it, at least understand it in some way. I've always been far sharper with the written word than with coming up with the right thing to say in the moment. If family or friends are watching, or especially former students, they could probably attest to that. My sons most definitely know that my mouth can be a fountain of awkward at times. But that's what writing gives us, right? It's that ever-present chance to nail it every once in a while. So I'd like to read the first 2 pieces that I actually wrote when we moved. My wife and 2 sons and our black lab down here to southern New Mexico a few years ago. This first poem was born out of our first road trip up to Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, which is about an hour up from where we are. And one of the signs on the side of the interstate was an advertisement for a local community college. And I believe the language was something to the effect of, "Be all you want to be," something along those lines. So the conversation in our philosophical car immediately became like, how do you know what it is you want to be until you are being that thing? It was probably a long car ride. We'll have to ask my wife about that. But at any rate, here is my best attempt at fatherly advice about navigating the distance ahead. Truth or consequences? The trick is to always dream of water, with your arms east and west, your face under the sky. When the blue rain comes at night, the circles we formed in the sand will sing and vanish. In its swirling orbit, the tumbleweed dances with no origin story, so has no fear of an end. Stand tall before the skeleton tree and chant about the simple. You are always at the place the trails we traced in your palm led. Pluck your stone from my back, carry it until your eyes no longer burn. Leave me here in the white desert where I can see the sugar that she makes. I will walk toward the mountain, cowering with one partner in a storm of soft ash. I will hold your voice in my pocket because there is always nothing to say. Enjoy your red beard while it lasts. Like love, it will winter on you in a whisper. This second piece is a fairly straightforward tribute, I guess, to my grandmother, with whom I was very close growing up, and who passed away shortly after we moved. And so that feeling of distance, I think, is really quite heavy in this particular poem. On the night of my grandmother's stroke, I sat alone in the Chihuahuan desert and cried above the filthy surge of the Rio Grande, 900 miles from where her sure hands hoisted me high on her shoulders to pluck a peach, while the green lake rippled with summer, simmering with carp who surfaced at dusk to swallow the raining gray cotton, curling their long dark bodies over in the sour light. Where wide bluegill scale clouds skated across the sky, and I could hear the bones she splintered and picked before pressing the meat into her skillet bleeding in butter. Where her bug zapper sang blue songs all night, lighting the path for soft does who sipped and steamed and stretched their day's aches. Where her stories, like braided river stanzas, rushed blood through channels and veins, sourcing my lies with her lavender laugh. I sat in the ornamented night, watching planes rise out of El Paso, and wondered out loud about the lives they carried in their blinking bodies, the dreams and pasts they housed in their organs of distance and direction. One half of my life sleeping behind me now in the sage, where snapdragons dance around famished coyotes who gnaw and gnash. The other half riddled in bright cryptic texts of streaking 747s and sleepy satellites, scribing quotation marks around constellations. Each one a traveling body without a border, unmistakable voices, always moving away. Thank you very much. Be safe and well, everyone, and we'll see you along the way. Take care.